Anytime you're dealing with a 30-second or 60-second spot where you've got a very specific time that you have to work with, you can storyboard, or what we like to do is take out and actually do a mock shoot. So what I did is I took my son and his buddy over to the school, and I said, hey, let's shoot this. We would try to frame up shots the way we had kind of talked about them. Look up and look sad. We were on the road at a hotel, and we went to the weight room at the hotel and started framing up shots and seeing what things would look like when you got into the car, how long it would take for certain actions to happen. And what that does is, it, number one, gives you some context for how it's going to look based on the shot before it and the shot after it. It also gives you ideas on like, oh my gosh, we could do this, or you know what, we don't have enough time to do this, or this action needs to happen really quickly, or this would be a great transition, let's do that. For us to be able to take that actual footage, even if it's just raw and real quick with our iPhone or a DSLR or something, and be able to take it into an editing platform and be able to kind of make it work, to us that's really valuable when we go to actually shoot something.
The first shot of the first day of production was, I think, 6 a.m. as the sun was coming up. It was outside, it was December, so it was very cold. And it wasn't quite raining, but it was wet outside. We have to think about how we're going to keep people warm, how we're going to keep them dry, how we're going to keep the camera dry. Allowing some time in our schedule to be flexible, to account for things that we don't necessarily think of. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, we'll go shoot at sunup and just get those shots really quickly, but when it's freezing outside and it's raining and you need to ask a couple of guys to sprint all morning, you need to allow some time for them to take a break or two.
So shooting in Oregon is always an adventure, especially November through February. You just never know what you're going to get. And this day it was low 40s and raining, and we had to make it look like it was morning. And the one way to do that obviously is to make it look like sun's beaming into the garage. We took an RE light, put it outside, had to throw an umbrella over the top of it in order to just keep it dry because it was pouring outside. But the look we wanted, I think we got. It looks like morning with the sun coming up, and she's very lonely in her garage working out. I just think it's really fun to be able to take lights and shape the way you use them to make them work for the situation that you want to try to get out of it. We did that very similar when we were at Absolute Fitness to be able to create a little bit of atmosphere. We put some fog in the air and then used the lights to kind of create a little bit more drama in our scenes. We kill all the house lights and then use our lights to shape things the way we want them to be. When we went over to Romania Hill after we shot the bike scene, those guys that run up the hill twice, they were in the pain cave because that was not an easy hill to run, and we were having them chase the car as fast as they could.
Okay, yeah, more like.
And one of the guys at the top of the hill I know expressed as much when he lost his breakfast out at the top, and he was not feeling good.
A couple times back and forth, and he'll just kind of play with the light.
As all of our talent did. They put forth 100% and it looked great.
We had to capture authentic workouts and people actually working out. We wanted people to actually break a sweat and work hard, but at the same time we had to coach people and direct non-actors to also be encouraging and uplifting to the people that they were working out with in pretty much every single shot.
Shooting the weightlifting scene right now, and this is the second place that we've shot it. And this is our third take. Action. We couldn't turn the overhead lights off. We tried to light it as we could, as best we could, but it ultimately looked like a P90X set. Very plasticky and fake, and there's not a lot of depth and dimension to it. So we knew the next day when we went to the UO Rec Center, we got to reshoot that.
Here, but I might go kind of hold it.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking that. I don't know if you want
One of the main ones that we were going to use. Or is that a pass here, and then you cutting, and that pass right there.
When we were at the rec center at U of O, there's a black platform out there with cement, and we wanted these groups of people to be rolling these tires. But we didn't have a dolly there at that sec, so we had a cart, and this cart was sitting there, and Rossman got on it.
pushing me around on a cart, and he just thinks that he can go whip it around, do 180s and stuff, and I'm literally like underneath a sweatshirt, like to block out all the light so that I can see the camera and see the screen, and I almost died, probably.
You know, it's all about getting the shot, but not getting your friends hurt.
We had to coordinate what rooms we could use, when we could use them, but day of there's always things that come up. So there was an issue with the room that we wanted to do the final scene in.
We blew all the fuses in that room right when we were setting up.
Being able to allow your schedule to be a little flexible so you can make changes on the fly and not have everything get thrown off from there.
Download Workout Buddies today and never work out alone again.
What's up now?
Mark told us that we were cleared across the street when there was semi coming, so.
You know, there's a lot of times we put our lives on the line, and we're willing to do it over and over and over and over again.
That's right.
Just to get the shot. It's key. Ready? Action!